Adventure Emporium podcast. I'm Autumn, and today I want to show you some of the things that I've been working on. Last night we had a campfire at Amiclola Falls, and John led the campfire and everything. And usually he'll have his guitar and he'll be playing some songs for the people, but it was so humid that we decided not to bring it so it wouldn't get warped. And so instead we told some ghost stories, and I told one of my favorites, which is the Cherokee legend of Spearfinger, and that's really scary, and the people really enjoyed it. So I just love doing the campfires. That's something that my great-grandmother used to do. She led the Boy Scouts and Girl Scout troops, and she used to do the campfires and the Native American legends and dancing and all of that with them. So today I am in my parents' house in their sunroom, and this is a better place for me to film, and I just really like it. I have my little dog here, Seeka. She'll say hi to you guys. Say hi. This is Seeka, and we adopted her from the shelter, and she's 2 years old. She's a Manchester Terrier, Rat Terrier mix, and she's very adventurous, loves going on hikes, and loves going to the campfires and meeting people with us. And she has to still have a lot of training, but she's getting there. So she's my little pal. She goes everywhere with me, or else she'll be too anxious being left at home. So let me show you what I've been working on. I have two finished items, and I want to put these up on my Etsy store. I just really hope that during this back to school time, people will start taking more of an interest in our store, because we used to have like 10 sales a month, and then it just dropped off during the summer, and it was kind of discouraging. So I hope that you will at least take the time to visit our Etsy store. It's the Adventure Emporium, or just Adventure Emporium on Etsy. And I'm going to be putting up a lot more of my knitwear pretty soon. I just have to figure out how to take the best photos with the best lighting possible to really highlight all of my products. So this is a hat that I had been making this mosaic cowl, and I didn't finish it, and I didn't think that it would feel very good on the neck, and it was going to be for my sister, but she doesn't like wool or anything. So if you can see that, that's the mosaic pattern, and then I did a little horseshoe cable pattern up here. So, and it has a little pearl ridge going around it. And this is like a slouchy beanie hat, and it's very soft. It's 100% alpaca that is grown and milled in Georgia. So this is alpaca yarn that was from the shop that I used to work at, and the previous owner had an alpaca farm. So this is from his farm. And this is just really a great textural fun hat, and I made up this pattern. The mosaic pattern is from a Knit Scene magazine, or one of the Vogue knitting, maybe accessories or something, either Knit Scene or one of those. So that is completely finished, and I really liked how it turned out. And this is just a little scarf or shawlette that I knitted and crocheted. You can see that in the little shell pattern on the bottom. So I'll spread it out so you can see it. There. This is a rayon cone, and it's a weaving yarn. So that is the little shawlette, and I might put that on the Etsy store too. So moving on, I have been knitting this cowl, and I have decided to call it the Arachosia cowl, and I'm going to be offering this as a free pattern on Ravelry, and I'll add in the link. And I want to add it as a free pattern because I haven't published any patterns at all to Ravelry. I have had so many designs, just like that hat or whatever. I don't write down my designs. I just have it in my brain and then I put it into knitting. And I have been in a really bad habit of doing that where I don't document what I'm doing. And that really came into play with these brioche mitts that I made that were really cool. They had brioche patterning all through the hand and the thumb, and they had buttons down the wrist. So it was like knitted flat, and then I did a afterthought thumb where I just held stitches and then it was knit in the round from there. So it was a really cool pattern, and then somebody at the shop demanded, like didn't even ask nicely, demanded that they get my pattern and that they get it for free. That's not okay. So I did write up my pattern for the shop owner and got it to her as soon as I could, but it was really tedious to go back and think, okay, what did I do? What did I do? So from now on, I'm going to start writing up my patterns. I do have another pattern that I was writing up for a little jumper that I knitted for my sister that she never wore, so I ended up selling that on Etsy and made a good profit off of it, but I didn't finish writing down the pattern. I did start, so I'll have to get to that so I can make another one, because if that one sold, then another one will. So anyway, this pattern is available for free, but if you would knit it and then want to sell it, you would need permission from me, the designer, to do that because it's my copyright. I have the rights for this pattern, and for any other designer's pattern, you need to ask them before you try to sell things that you've made. So this is the pattern, Arachosia, and you can see the different yarns that I described in the last video and how they're coming together with different textures. I designed this to be really simple for people to do. If you are a beginner or an intermediate knitter, this is going to be something that is going to challenge you a little bit and help you learn new stitches, but it's also going to be simple enough to where it's like thoughtless knitting after a while. Like you don't have to think about what you're doing, and it's going to keep you awake while you're knitting if you like stitches that are more interesting and intricate and don't want to be working garter for 5 rounds or whatever. This is going to be good for you. So I think this is going to be really soft and cozy. And I was explaining to a lady last night at the campfire while I was knitting that I spend about $40 or $50 just for the yarn that I am using per project, as many of you probably relate to. Because of that premium, we designers have to sell our products at a higher price. If I'm buying my materials for $40, that means I need to sell this for $60 to $80, maybe beginning at $80 and then reducing the price to $60 to put it on sale if it doesn't sell. I know that that is a very high price to pay for something when you can grab something off the rack for $20. But we put our money and our time and our effort into making every piece perfect for our customers. If I have a custom order where a customer isn't satisfied with the product that they're getting, I will take that product back and I will fix it and make it right. I'm committed. And so I was explaining, like, you kind of need to appreciate what goes into the things that we knitters create for you. And it does take up a lot of our schedule to commit ourselves to running a shop and getting new products out there. But I have a whole suitcase full of knitted items that I knit after Christmas that I want to sell. So I did like a little trunk show kind of thing, but my table was placed in the very back of this gym at our college up here, and nobody came to see me or bought anything. So I'm really hoping that all the things I knitted for that will be able to be sold on Etsy. So that's the other project that I had been working on, and I have continued the Iridis shawl, and I'm still working on that, but I just really wanted to jump into the cowl. So I just wanted to tell you also, I want this channel to be an educational channel as well. So if you have any skills that you want me to go over or techniques that you want me to show you, I'm more than happy to do that for you. I used to make eHow videos on technique, but I want this to be more inclusive of techniques and not edited out. So I want to include my important information in there. So I want to welcome you and allow you to just put comments below of what you'd like to see in the future. If you want me to feature anything for you, if you want to see new yarns, if you want to figure out how to work with new yarns or new stitches, I'll be more than happy to help you with that. And you can send me a message as well. So please subscribe and like and comment below. Thank you and have a wonderful